Hello folks, today is hopefully the day that I get this thing going so I can ride it. All I really need to do, I think, to give it a test run is to put it in the seat. Now I've been gone for a couple of days, and before I get started I wanted to point out that I was in Costco today and this nice man helpfully pointed out the fact that I was wearing tie-dye and plaid at the same time, and that was quite a bold move. I really hadn't noticed when I got up kind of blind in the morning that that's the clothing I put on and went to work with. So maybe I should have been a little more awake when I got dressed. I just wish I had a pair of striped pants to wear it with. But anyways, I digress. I want to get my seat in. It's been a couple of days. I've been gone for almost a week now, and I want to install my seat. I had it sitting here on the trailer, or on the Odyssey, and a bird conveniently pooped on it, both there and there. So apparently he gave it a nice roost up here and crapped on my Odyssey, and so now I've got bird poop on it. But hopefully that will be the least of my problems at the moment. So this piece of steel here is going to go on the bottom. It's painted nicely. The seat is going to bolt to it, hopefully, and this is going to bolt to that. Hopefully this will give it a little bit of flex, and it will probably break at some point and I'll have to replace it. But for now, I think it'll give me something to put the seat on with that I could give this a test run. I'm going to get on this, and hopefully we'll drive it before it gets dark.
Warning, this video may contain scenes of extreme untidiness. Viewer discretion is advised.
So to install this seat, I've just got 1/4-inch bolts that I got. This whole thing is metric, but I got 1/4-20s because that's what's common here and it's easy to get a hold of. I'm going to bolt that plate onto the frame, and then I'm going to bolt the seat onto the plate. The holes for the seat are not drilled yet. Between the seat and the plate there, I'm going to put some rubber spacers, and I made these rubber spacers by taking this hole saw and my old tire and just drilling out some spacers with it so that I can have a little bit of damping between the seat and the steel plate, kind of make it run smoother. I hope it'll help out a little bit, although this plate should be pretty flexy anyways, and it probably won't be necessary, but it's kind of a cool way to make your own little rubber spacers if you need them. Here we go. Test run time. Let's see if I get this thing to start first of all. I probably should just give it a little splash of gas down the tube. Bit of a head start there. Just to the on position. So she goes. Oh. I'm going to set that e-brake just in case you try to stop on me. Yes! Ow! I poked myself in the eye with the GoPro. Well, I'd say that was a successful test. Need some padding on that thing. My rear end is a little bit bounced out, but that's going to be a lot of fun. So I bought this new seat cover here, which should be fairly nice. It does have a little bit of padding in it, which would be better than nothing. But also, I had these couple of chunks of spare foam. I'm just going to slap those suckers in there to try and give myself a little bit of padding on both my back and my seat. The hard part of the seat cover is that the seat fits flush right up to the front of this frame here, and I got it a little bit crooked, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to get the seat cover on it. So I can at least get the top on pretty easily. That'll be a little better. I also have my seat belt, which I'm going to go get and install before I go tearing around this again. I've had this helmet since my Harley riding days. When I got married, I sold my bike. My wife didn't particularly like it, and we had kids and responsibilities and all that boring stuff, so I had to sell my bike. But I did keep my helmet so that I'd have a decent helmet someday if I wanted to have fun. So we're going to give this a spin again. Well, I guess I'll get back to you on that one. After much deliberation and planning, I decided my best bet for my battery is to mount it down here on this nice solid frame plate and to move my air filter up, which is a good move anyways because it gets it up further out of the dust. A lot of people mount them all the way up on top. But basically all I've done is I've taken a piece of angle and I've flattened the edges and lined it up here and screwed it on. I could have cut it a little longer when I measured it originally. I measured it up here and these taper a little more than I expected. Or I just, I measured in the wrong spot basically. But it's the one I had, and so I ran a couple bolts through it there on the edges, and this will be bolted on here like that. And then I'm going to use this 2-inch ABS to run down and then go into the original air filter hole and then up here and connect to this. So I'm going to continue on with that, and hopefully I'll get some more of it done today. It doesn't look like I'm going to finish today after all. We just had some of the most intense weather I've had seen in Fresno here for a while. Not only is it thundering, it's lightninging. If anybody can tell me what the plural of lightning is, I'd appreciate it. Is it lightnings? Light? I don't know.